So we're in the story of Yosef, where Yosef was sold like a slave into Egypt by his brothers. Very sad story. And now he's been in slavery for some years, and he recommended himself like a person that can explain the dreams. So he explained the dreams for two persons, which was very important, ministers. And now the story starts about the next dream, the dream of Pharaoh. So the topic of this whole story of Yosef is the dreams and the realization of the dreams, right? Because Yosef also started with the dreams, and brothers hated him because of these dreams. And now we will see in the continuation of the story that Yosef was also saved because of the dreams of Pharaoh, because he know how to interpret them.
This was very brave, right?
We will see. Okay, I'm just saying that the dreams, this is the main theme here. ויהי מקץ 2 ימים ופרעה חולם והנה עומד על היאור. So 2 years after this minister, the baker, was hanged, 2 years passed, ופרעה חולם והנה עומד על היאור. So Pharaoh see a dream that he is standing on the river, which is Nilus most likely. והנה מן היאור עולות 7 פרות יפות מראה ובריאות בשר ותראינה באחו. So the dream is about the cows. So 7 is very typological number. 7 cows that looks good and healthy. They coming out from the river, ותראינה באחו, and they starting to eat grass. Auf die Wiese. Okay. והנה 7 פרות אחרות עולות אחריהן מן היאור, חרות מראה ודקות בשר, ותעמודנה אצל הפרות על שפת היאור. So this is already strange that 7 cows coming out of the river, but the cows looking good. So the next part is even more strange, because then another 7 cows coming from the river, but they look bad, they lacking meat. ותעמודנה אצל הפרות על שפת היאור. And now we see these 7 big cows and 7 small cows. They standing, and what's happening? פסוק ד' ותאכלנה הפרות רעות המראה ודקות הבשר את 7 פרות יפות המראה ורע בריאות. And the smaller cows, they eat 7 big cows. ויקץ פרעה. So this was a nightmare, and Pharaoh came up. Da erwachte, erwachte. וישן ויחלום שנית. But Pharaoh wanted to sleep, so he went to sleep again, and he sees another dream. והנה 7 שיבולים עולות בקנה אחד בריאות וטובות. So this dream is not about the cows, but about shibolim. Shibolim is also the symbol of something good when you have something to eat. So cows give milk and also give meat. So this is the symbol of groceries, a symbol of food, and also shibolim. Sieben Ehren. I don't remember how it's in English. Shibolim. Like a branch. It's not a branch. Like shibolet shawal, it grows on this grass. Shibolim. Schlief jedoch wieder ein und träumte zum zweiten Mal, siehe 7 Ähren wachsen an einem Chalm, kräftig und gut. So we have kaneh, which is like a branch, and on the branch we have shibolim. So Shebulim is the place, it's like the flower of this grain.
In English, ear of grain.
Ear? Looks similar. So we have one branch, and on one branch we have very good grain and very bad grain. So 7 bad grains on one branch, and on the same branch we see 7 pieces of grain, but they far worse. Jdufot kadim. Jdufot kadim, Rashi explains that it means when we have very strong and very strong wind, so it destroys the grain. So something similar happens, that bad grain eats good grain. And then Pharaoh came up again. So the dream is ending, so he couldn't go to sleep again after these 2 nightmares. So first is better because cows can eat usually, but second is even worse because usually grain cannot eat anything, right? So it's even more increasing. But overall we see similar idea that something good is destroyed by something bad, which is like the prophecy of Apocalypse. ויהי בבוקר ותיפם רוחו וישלח ויקרא את כל חרטומי מצרים ואת כל חכמיה ויספר פרעה להם את חלומו וינפטר אותם לפרעה. And in the morning פרעה טיפאם. טיפאם means he was worried, and this is why he sent to his חכמיה, wise men, and חרטום. חרטום is some form of magicians. ויספר פרעה להם את חלומו וינפטר אותם לפרעה. And Pharaoh told them his dream, but no one cannot explain the dreams. Interesting. So they didn't have much imagination. וידבר שר המשקים את פרעה לאמור את חטאי איני מזכיר היום. And now the minister that was remained alive started to talk. Sar Hamashkim. Sar Hamashkim. So this is the cleaners. Sar Hamashkim is the one that is responsible for alcohol. So he started to talk. Et Chatai Nimaskiriyom. Et Chatai Nimaskiriyom. It's like I'm sorry. Just a way to start to talk. פרעה קצף על עבדיו ויתן אותי במשמר בית שר הטבחים אותי ואת שר האופים. So we know the story already, that the minister of bakery and the minister of alcohol both was in the prison. בית שר הטבחים. The prison was under the שר הטבחים. שר הטבחים is the one that kills, right? Pharao hatte über seine Diener gezürnt und gab mich ins Gewahrsam des Hauses der Fürsten der Kirche, mich und den Fürsten der Bäcker. So they translate Tabachim like cook. Because cook usually works with the animals, so he needs to kill animal to prepare. So if you want to punish someone, so you can also use this person that kills animals because he have big knife. ונחלמה חלום בלילה אחד אני והוא איש כפתרון חלומו חלמנו. And we also had a dream, me and him. איש כפתרון חלומו חלמנו. But the dream also had פתרון. פתרון means Deutung. Oh, interesting. So when you don't understand something, so you're looking for a solution. So they had a dream, and a solution. ושם איתנו, the dream according to the solution. ושם איתנו נער עברי, עבד לשר הטבחים, ונספר לו ויפתור לנו את חלומותינו, איש כחלומו פתר. And we have נער עברי. נער is young man. So it's interesting what they mean by the word עברי. So we see that עברי is the opposite of מצרי. So מצרי means local people, and עברי means someone that came from the other place. עבד לשר הטבחים. So this person was serving to this minister of cooks. ונספר לו ויפתור לנו את חלומותינו. And we said our dream to him, and he said the solution. ויהי כאשר פתר לנו כן היה, אותי יושב אל קני ואותו תלה. So it's good that he doesn't repeat the dreams to make his talk shorter. And how, because for us it's already long, because we already know the story. ויהי כאשר פתר לנו כן היה, like he said the solution, כן היה. It became like this. אותי יושב אל קני, so me, I was bringing back to my kani. Kani is very important root in Hebrew, because today we say lahahin. Lahahin is to prepare, and we say nachon. Nachon means correct. So this is the same root, kani. How this is translated here? Mich hatte wieder an mein Amt zurückbringen. Amt, like Bürgeramt, und ihn schenken lassen. What means Amt? Like position. Kani. So I was returned from my position, Totala, and him, the minister of alcohol, he was hanged. וישלח פרעה ויקרא אל יוסף ויצאו מן הבור ויגלח ויחלף שמלותיו ויבוא אל פרעה. And then Pharaoh calls for Yosef and brings him back from the prison very fast. ויגלח ויחלף שמלותיו ויבוא אל פרעה. So a person in prison doesn't look good, and before going to king, the person needs to remove his hair, which is long, and change his clothes. ויבוא אל פרעה, and then Yosef came to Pharaoh. ויאמר פרעה אל יוסף, חלום חלמתי ופותר אין אותו, ואני שמעתי עליך לאמור, תשמע חלום לפתור אותו. So Yosef doesn't talk, Pharaoh talks first. And says to Yosef that I had a dream, and no one cannot explain and give the solution for the dream. So we see that they believed that the dreams have a meaning, that it's impossible that the dream doesn't have a meaning, right? This is the axiom. ואני שמעתי עליך לאמור, תשמע חלום לפתור אותו. So if person have a dream and doesn't understand the meaning of the dream, it hurts this person, right? So the person is worried about it. So Pharaoh says, I heard about you, and that you tishma. Tishma means you understand the dream and you can explain it. They translated, ich habe aber von dir sagen hören, du hörtest einen Traum. So in German it's also to listen and to understand is the same root, right? Ich habe aber von dir sagen hören, אני שמעתי, שמעתי hören, du hörtest einen Traum. תשמע. So
it's very strange to say, I hear the dream.
I hear means I listen.
Yeah.
Oh. But in your translation, they translate also the same way. שמעתי, תשמע, hören, hörtest.
No. Ich habe einen Traum gehabt, niemand kann ihn deuten. Ich höre aber von dir, dass du einen Traum zu deuten verstehst.
Oh, verstehe. Oh.
Yeah.
It's better, because the second tishma means understand.
Yeah, this is here also.
So it is like Rashi explains, tishma chalom liftor oto, ta'azin v'tavin chalom liftor oto. So you can understand the dream to explain it. ויען יוסף את פרעה לאמור בלעדי אלוהים יענה את שלום פרעה. So it's connected to what we say every day, Shema Israel. So Shema doesn't only mean to listen, but also mean to understand, right? Like here. Vayan Yosef et Paro lemor biladai, and Yosef answering to Paro, biladai, without me. Elohim yaneh et shlom Paro. God will say how Pharaoh is doing. So it meaning that the dream is about Pharaoh, about what's happening now and what will happen. So Pharaoh wants to understand it. So Pharaoh asks Yosef to explain, but Yosef saying that it's not Yosef that explains, it's just Yosef receives information from God. So it's like a prophecy. So now Pharaoh repeats the dream for Yosef. So Pharaoh saying to Yosef, in my dream I'm staying near the river. And from the river coming 7 cows looking good and healthy, and they started to eat grass. והנה שוב פירות אחרות אוכלות אחריהן דלות ורעות תור מאוד ורקות בשר לא ראיתי כהנה בכל ארץ מצרים לרוע. So it might be interesting to compare how the Pharaoh telling the dreams to Yosef and how they was told the first time. It's a little different languages here.
But why do you think the Torah is repeating exactly the dream instead of just saying Paro is explaining the dream?
So this is what I'm saying. It's not repeat exactly. If you want to compare, you can see the difference.
My Hebrew would to compare the languages.
Yeah, you can compare the translation. So we can compare if you want. So the order, the order is Yefot Mar'eh Briot Basar, and here the order is changed. Briot Basar first, and then instead of Yefot Mar'eh it says Yefot Tor, which is the synonym, but it's different word, right? So when you see the dream, first you see that they look good, and then you notice that they healthy. But here, first he says that they are healthy, and second he says that they look good. I don't know if it makes different, but in the text it's different. And the second verse about the dream, והנה שבע פרות אחרות עולות אחריהן מן היאור. So first it says min hayor, and here it doesn't repeat min hayor. So coming after them, but coming from where? First it says from the river, and here it skips the river. Ra'ot mar'eh v'dakot basar. So the cows was explained like looking bad and lacking meat. And here it's similar, ra'ot tor me'od. So again, instead of mar'eh, he uses the word tor. Mar'eh is from the word lir'ot, to see. So you can say about someone, he's looking good, he's looking bad, right? So initially it was ra'ot mar'eh, looking bad. And here it says ra'ot to'ar. To'ar is when you want to describe someone, so you describe him as bad looking. It's close, but it's different word. And here he adds me'ot, that the cows looks very bad, and in the dream it was bad. It's very normal when you tell someone the story, and then this person tells to other person, so he tells more details. Verakot basar. So it's also the change here. Instead dakot basar, it's rakot basar. Dak means thin, and rak, what means rak? It's like empty maybe, rek, empty out of meat. Oh, so here is the main addition that he adds. Lo ra'iti kahene bekol eretz Mitzrayim laroa. Ich habe ihr es gleichen an Hässlichkeit im ganzen Land Mitzrayim noch nicht gesehen. So he adds here, I didn't saw that bad in the whole time. So it's normal if person repeats, he adds details, right? ותאכלנה הפרות הרכות והרעות, אשר הפרות הראשונות הבריאות. So the bad cows eats the good cows. Oh, and now Paro adds details that we didn't see before. ותבואנה אל קרבנה ולא נדע כי באו אל קרבנה ומראיהן לה רע כאשר בתחילה ויקץ. So this detail is added here, that usually if small object eats big object, so you can see the big object inside the small object, right? It's like how physics works, but here it was not like this. Oh, another children. ותבואנה אל קרבנה, so we see that the big cows enter the small cows, ולא נודע כי באו אל קרבנה, but we don't see them inside. It's not like never happened. מראיהן רע כאשר בתחילה. So the bad cows look as bad as they was initially. And then I came up. וערב בחלומי. So now the second dream. But it's interesting that first it was said that Paro Vayachalom Shenit, he was dreaming the second time. But when Paro says about his dream, he doesn't say I was dreaming second time. He's telling like it's the continuation of the same dream. So it's a big difference maybe. וערב בחלומי, and I saw in my dream, והנה שבע שיבלים עולות בקנה אחד בריאות וטובות. I see 7 שיבלים, grains, coming in one branch, מלאות וטובות. Did you saw the movie called Trolls, maybe? Yosef? You know the movie Trolls? It was one character.
Is it animation movie?
Yes. It was one character called Branch.
Okay.
I just don't remember it. No, it's very good. I just wanted to, because I don't remember these words in English. I want to check the translation in English. Tanakh. Exodus. We're in Chumash Exodus, chapter. I'm sorry, we're not in Exodus.
Bereshit, miketz.
So we inside Egypt, but we don't plan to exit yet. We're inside. So it's 41. No. וערב בחלומי שיבולים. Oh. So, yeah, ears, like you said. Ears. Interesting. So 7 ears in one branch, mleot vetovot. So the ears, they full of grain and they good. Briot vetovot. So again, he changed one thing. Briot, instead briot, healthy, he's saying mleot, full. Okay. Tovot, he remains like it was. והנה שבע שבלים צנומות דקות שדופות קדים צנומות החיים. So it's also a little different here. And here 7 ears snumot. So I think it's the first time he uses this word snumot. So snumot means something without water, like dry. דקות, thin, שדופות קדים. שדופות קדים וחדת, צומחות אחריהם. Grows after them. ותבלע נשא בלים הדקות, אשר השם לטובות, ואומר אל החרטומים, והם מגיד לי. And then the small ears, they eat 7 good ears, and I said it to Hartumim, to magicians, ואין מגיד לי. And no one says to me. How they translate Hartumim here? Builder, Schrift, Kundigen. 3 words. Bilder is some image. Schrift is something written. Kundigen, I don't know.
Like the who discovered the land, like the
Discover. So they
like the Kundschafter, like the
yeah, because in Egypt they have this when they write they have images, right? So Bilder Schrift. So I guess it was the person that can read and can write.
So it was someone who knows.
It was very because today everyone can read and write, but back then, if person can read and write, so it was very honored person, right? But still they don't understand the dream. ויאמר יוסף אל פרעה חלום פרעה אחד הוא את אשר אלוהים עושה הגיד לפרעה. So Yosef starts to talk. The dream of Pharaoh, one dream. את אשר אלוהים עושה הגיד לפרעה. What God עושה, so עושה can be translated in different way. How they translate it here? Das, was Gott gestaltet.
Was Gott tun will.
So it's about plan. So עושה, they translate plan. Interesting. So what God planning, הגיד לפרעה. He told to Pharaoh, 7 פרות הטובות 7 שנים הנה, ו7 שבלים הטובות 7 שנים הנה, חלום אחד הוא. So 7 cows, good cows is the symbol of 7 good years, and 7 שבולים, years, is 7 years. חלום אחד הוא, it's one dream. ו7 הפרות הרכות והרעות, העוד אחריהם, and 7 cows, bad cows, that comes after. 7 שנים הנה, it's 7 years, and 7 years ריקות, empty, זופות הקדים, dry, they will be 7 years of רעב, hungers. הוא הדבר אשר דיברתי אל פרעה, אשר אלוהים עושה ראה את פרעה. Yosef repeats itself. This is what I told to Pharaoh, what God plans showed to Pharaoh. הנה 7 שנים, ты присаживайся. У меня нету. הנה 7 שנים באות, שבע גדול בכל ארץ מצרים. So first Yosef just saying the symbol, that it symbolizes the years, and now he explains it more detail. So it will be 7 years of Sava, Sättigung, and with a lot of food in Eretz Mitzrayim, in the land of Mitzrayim, וקמו 7 שני רעב אחריהם. But after then, it will be 7 years of רעב, hunger. ונשכח כל השבע בארץ מצרים. And it will be forgotten all the food, it will be no food. וכילה רעב את הארץ. So the hunger will destroy the land. ולא יוודע הרעב בארץ מפני רעב ההוא אחריכם, כי כבד הוא מאוד. So he repeats again, it will not be noticing about food, because it will be hunger, very כבד, very strong hunger. ועל לשנות החלום אל פרעה פעמיים, כי נכון דבר בימי אלוהים ומראה אלוהים לעשותו. So someone can ask the question, if you explain that the cows and shibolim, they represent the same idea, why the dream repeats twice? So if Pharaoh saw 2 dreams, it have to be 2 different solutions for 2 dreams. So it might be the possible question. So Yosef relates to this question, but so because the dream repeats double times, it means that God is ready to do it and starting to organize it. So here is an important thing that Yosef finishes to explain, so he should back to his prison cell, right? But instead, Yosef starts to talk his own ideas. ועתה ירא פרעה איש נבון וחכם, ל"ג, וישתהו על ארץ מצרים. So Joseph saying, now Pharaoh should see, or should find, maybe it means, person that understands and wise person that will be appointed for the land of Mitzrayim. יעשה פרעה ויפקד פקידים על הארץ. And also Pharaoh should organize פקידים, like ministers, for the land, וחימש את ארץ מצרים ב7 שני רעב.
More hot, and it's very good for throat.
So Pharaoh should חימש. לחמש, I think it means to prepare the land of מצרים ב7 שני הסבה. So we will have the 7 years with a lot of food, but we need to prepare for the hunger years upcoming. ויקבצו, how we need to prepare, ויקבצו את כל אוכל השנים הטובות הבאות האלה, ויצברו בר תחת את פרעה אוכל בערים ושמר. So we need to gather the food of these 7 good years. תחת את פרעה. So Pharaoh should control all the food, ושמרו, to preserve it. והיה האוכל לפיקדון לארץ, ל7 שני ערב. So it will be פיקדון. So we need to preserve it now, in order that we can use it after when we have the hunger. ולא יקרד הארץ ברעב, in order that the land will not be destroyed because of the hunger. ויטב הדבר בעיני פרעה ובעיני עבדיו. So we would not expect it, because usually king doesn't let someone to speak what someone wants. So we could expect that Joseph will be punished because he showed too much initiative here, but we see that Pharaoh likes it, and all his עבדיו, servants, also like it. ויאמר פרעה אל עבדיו, הנמצא כזה איש אשר רוח אלוהים בו. I guess the servants was just saying, like Pharaoh say, they doesn't have their opinion maybe. So it looks like a parody. ויאמר פרעה אל עבדיו, הנמצא כזה איש אשר רוח אלוהים בו.
You don't think it was very brave for Joseph to answer in this way? Because
yes, it was very risky.
The ideas of the dreams by his fathers and brothers, they threw him then later to the pit. And then you should think, oh, you should learn your lesson. Last time as you interpreted the dream and it was so big and ambitiously, they abolish you. Now next time you do, be a bit like more,
stay low,
stay humble. You understand? And now he's like, he didn't learn his lesson.
Yeah, so we say about Jewish nation, kshe oref. Kshe oref is someone, in English, die hard. It's a good question. So it looks like he was believing in it, right? So he was believing in the whole theme of dreams. So he was close to it. So you're talking rational, right? But he was acting emotional, not rational here. We can imagine if person was in a jail for many years, so he wanted to escape. So he thought that this plan that he have will help him to escape. Maybe it was a risk, but he have a chance here, right? So because he have a chance, so he decided to use this chance fully and not partially.
Mm-hmm.
This was his plan here. ויאמר פרעה אל עבדיו, הנמצא כזה איש אשר רוח אלוהים בו. But also, when we read the text is very dry, but when you inside the situation, you can see how the person responds to your say, so you can feel. So maybe Joseph felt that Pharaoh is very open to Joseph. So this is why Joseph goes fully. In English they say goes YOLO. You don't know YOLO? YOLO means you only live once.
Okay.
ויאמר פרעה, so Pharaoh likes in this idea and says to his servants, הנמצא כזה, wait, we need to translate first, הנמצא כזה איש אשר רוח אלוהים בו. So first, Pharaoh likes the idea theoretically, but practically, Pharaoh says that how can we find this phrase here, it doesn't clear what he wants to say. We can interpret it in two ways. So we can say that he admires about Yosef. So this phrase is about Yosef, that there is no one like Yosef. Asher ruach Elohim bo. Ruach Elohim means when a person can understand the reality and also predict the future. So Pharaoh is impressed by Yosef, how he explained all the dreams. But also we can understand that it means that Pharaoh is saying that how, I guess this is the meaning, yes. But also maybe it means that if we want to find someone, can we find this person? This is more simple meaning.
It would be very interesting what the others, how they interpreted the dream, because we're just reading now from the interpretation of Yosef, and we see that Pharaoh is like amazed by the idea, and he was like to do this like that. But what was the other
You said amazed. You said it was good. Amazed, it's too much.
Okay, yeah.
He likes the idea.
Yeah. But
so what is the question?
Why he didn't like the other ideas?
Because it says ein poter otam leFaro. There was no other interpretations.
They couldn't interpret it at all.
They don't understand. Because Yosef, he refers here to the question. So if the two dreams have one idea, then why the dream repeats itself twice? So maybe this was the point that they were stuck.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And also, when we read the dreams first, we see that it's two dreams. But when the Pharaoh tells the dreams to Yosef, it talks about it like one dream. So maybe in these rules, you have different rules how to interpret two dreams or one dream. So maybe Pharaoh was telling to them two dreams. So then they have two similar dreams, and they don't understand why you have two similar dreams. But when Pharaoh was telling to Yosef these dreams, he was telling like it's one dream. I'm just trying to explain why they couldn't do what Yosef could.
It's nice. And do you have something why we have more stricter maser? Because he said
more strict
maser, because he's saying
maser?
Yeah, he's saying put the fifth away.
The word himesh. No.
And later in the Torah, we are commanded to put the tithe, the tenth, the maser.
No, I think you translated wrong. Let's check the translation here. Pharao selbst aber tu es und bestelle Beamten über das Land und belege das Land Mitzrayim mit einem Fünftel. Fünftel. I translated it differently because when you read about the splitting of the Red Sea, it says Chamushim. Chamushim Alu. You can check. Shmot Yud Gimel Yud Het. Let's check. Do we have it here? I don't think it's connected to 5. Maybe 5 fingers makes a fist. Maybe it's connected this way. Yud Gimel Yud Het. No. Shmot. So we have a similar root. So it's in the start of Parashat Beshalach. ויהי בשלח פרעה את העם, ולא נחם אלוהים דרך פלישתים כקוראו הוא, כי אמר אלוהים פן עיניכם הרע בראותם מלחמה ושב במצרים, ויסב אלוהים את העם דרך המדבר ינוסו וחמושים על בני ישראל מארץ מצרים. What means חמושים? Und Gott ließ das Volk einem Umweg nehmen durch die Wüste den Schliffmeeres und gerüstet kamen die Kinder Israel herauf aus dem Lande Mitzrayim. What means gerüstet? This means chamushim, right? You don't know gerüstet?
No, it's like armed.
Armed. Oh, exactly. Because
like prepared, armed.
Yeah.
It's nothing to do with 5.
This is what I thought initially. יעשה פרעה והפקיד פקידים על הארץ וחימש את ארץ מצרים בשבע שני סבא.
Because in German it sounds like familiar to the tithing, what then later we are commanded to do, you know?
Yes, I understand. It sounds
okay.
similar. Yes, I know.
And here is like the fifth.
רש"י. וחימש כתרגמו ויזרס וכן בחמושים. Rashi also quotes this pasuk. So
wow.
ויזרס. But first he checks תרגום onkelos. You know, zaris, לזרס, זריזים. Zariz is someone that doing something fast, is ready to action.
Okay.
It's zariz. So it's like prepare, right? תרגום אונקילוס. יעבד פרעה וימנה מהימנין על ערה וזרזון את ערה דמצרים בשבע שני סובעה. זריזות. You know זריזות? זריזות is very important in מוסר. זריזות. רוזה? Shalom. Okay, so Rashi explains that it's about preparing. I have translation of Rashi. Und belege mit einem Fünftel, wie der Targum übersetzt, man rüste aus. Rüste.
Yeah.
Gerüstet, Ebenso ausgerüstet. Okay, so it's about prepare. Prepare. Okay.
So now would be the question why the translator translated with the
Fünftel.
fifth.
How they translate it here in English? Let's check. Himesh, and organize the land of Egypt in the 7 years of plenty. Organize. Others take a fifth part of. Meaning of Hebrew, uncertain. Okay, so the simple understanding is to organize.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, we have the translation.
I take it like that.
Vayomer Paro. So from the continuation of Pharaoh saying, we can understand his first phrase. Vayomer Paro el Yosef, אחרי הודיע אלוהים אותך את כל זאת, אין נבון וחכם כמוכם. So Pharaoh is saying to Yosef, after God told you everything, so Pharaoh believes that how Yosef explains the dream, the explanation comes from God to Yosef. Right? Ein navon v'chacham kamocha. There is no one wise like you. So basically, Pharaoh decides to realize the proposal of Yosef with the help of Yosef, which is the best way. אתה תהיה על ביתי ועל פיך יישק כל עמי, רק הכיסא יגדל ממך. You will be responsible on my house, which is a palace, I guess. ועל פיך יישק כל עמי. יישק, it's not clear. על פיך יישק כל עמי. יישק is about נשיקה, to kiss. How it's connected to kiss. How they translate here. Du sollst über mein Haus gesetzt sein und nach deinem Ausspruch soll mein Volk sich rüsten. What means rüsten?
That's what we read here.
Prepare. Neshek. Oh, by the way, also neshek. You know neshek? In Hebrew, neshek is a knife, but in the large meaning, neshek means every arms, every weapon.
Okay.
So when you go in through security, if they talk in Hebrew, so you're asking you about neshek, do you have like something to...
How you are equipped?
Yes, are you equipped with arms, the weapons? Ishak. So if the neshek is arms, so ishak, so it's like lechamesh, lenashek, no. So it means to prepare someone, to give ammunition, to prepare someone for something. Interesting. Rüsten. So it's like here, gerüstet. Interesting. Rashi, ishak itzan, itparnes, כל צרכי עמי יהיו נעשים על ידך כמו ובן משק ביתי. Garnizon. You know word garnizon? In French, in Russian also. Garnizon means the guards in the city, the soldiers. Garnizon. So many languages here. How they translate it here in English? Ishak. And by your command shall all my people be directed. Interesting. Rashi brings a lot of words here. So we know the word mazon. We mean Birkat HaMazon, right? So mazon is food. So we make a blessing for the food. So Rashi translates. Rashi brings Onkelos, translation to Aramaic again. At tehe memana al beiti va'al memrach itzan kolami. By your words, all my nation will be itzan. So we'll receive the food. This is how I would understand. So Rashi explains itzan itparnes. So Rashi translates from Aramaic back to Hebrewish. What means itparnes? You know parnasa? Parnasa is when you work, so you need to make, in English to say, what you make for a living. You need resources. So the itparnes, it means to gather resources or to have resources. So it means that based on this decision of Yosef, everyone will receive the food. Okay. So basically you will be the main. Today it's like prime president, minister president. Only the throne will be above you. So it means you will be the second after the Pharaoh. So the main question is why the phrases of Pharaoh, they separated. So we have Lamed Chet one phrase, then we have Lamed Tet Mem second phrase, and then we have Mem Aleph the third phrase. So it's not like Pharaoh says 1, 2, 3, but Pharaoh says once, and then Pharaoh says second, and then Pharaoh says the third. So it's like 3 different ceremonies, maybe. So first Pharaoh says to his servants, so this is the first. And now Pharaoh talks to Yosef, like in private maybe, and the third Pharaoh talks to Yosef officially. Pharaoh says, I appointed you for all the land of Egypt. So it's an official inauguration. ויוסר פרעה את טבעתו מעל ידו, וייתן אותה על יד יוסף, וילבש אותו בגדי שש, ויעש מרבית זהב על צווארו. So Pharaoh removes his ring from his yad, palm of his hand, וייתן אותה על יד יוסף, and gives it on the palm of Yosef. Tabat is very important because if you want to sign the document, you need this ring. So it means that Yosef can make a decision on behalf of Pharaoh. וילבש אותו בגדי שש, and also specific clothing. I guess it was very expensive clothing. Shesh. What means shesh? I think it's a linen. Kleidet in Busus Gewänder. Busus? What clothing was it? Busus Gewänder.
Fine Leinwand.
Linen. Linen. Vayasem
Use different words.
different?
Words. Fine Leinwand.
Finer means good quality.
Yeah.
Line.
Linen. And Wand from Gewand.
Like wonderful.
No, Gewand is like the old word for clothing.
Okay. Vayasem revit zahav al tzevaro. And also he put
A chain, a golden
chain. Golden chain.
on his neck.
So it's like rappers today.
Huh?
Like rappers today. To look cool. וירכב הטוב ומרכבת המשנה. וירכב הטוב ומרכבת המשנה אשר לו ויקראו לפניו אברך ונתן אותו על קורץ מצרים. Interesting. מרכבת המשנה. You know what means מרכבת? לרכוב. So לרכוב means when you ride the horse. Means לרכוב. But also מרכבת. You have special like wagon that you connect to the horse and you sit inside the wagon.
Yeah.
So this wagon called מרכבת. המשנה. משנה, it's double wagon.
Oh, this is the word, and the German word doesn't give you the information that it's double. It's like
Zweiten wagon.
no. Und tat ihn eine goldene Kette um seinen Hals, ließ ihn den anderen Staatswagen fahren, der ihm gehörte.
Anderen Stadt. Wow.
No, he gives him like the other. He has like Pharaoh has two,
second.
and he has two, and he gives him one. So
Yes. You can translate it also like this. Okay.
but it doesn't
Secondary.
give you the information that it's two horse.
Yeah. I translated wrong maybe.
Okay.
You can also explain like this. Yes. So there is the main wagon and the second wagon.
Yes, exactly.
So maybe from gold and from silver.
Yeah, it's just saying that he has a very high position because Pharaoh is sharing his goods with him.
Yes. So like maybe if Pharaoh have a Ferrari or Lamborghini, so he can give a Mercedes for Yosef, for example, right? Second class. ויקראו לפניו אברך. You know what means אברך?
No, but I appreciate that you always think that I
No, because
I could know.
in today's religious world, the person that learns Torah, after yeshiva, you can learn in kollel. So the person that learning in kollel called avrech for some reason, which is not clear. But here avrech is from berech. Berech. So berech is this or this. I don't remember. Maybe the knee. So when you bow to someone, it's called livroch, right?
No, he is saying the people have to fall on their knees.
Yes. Oh, knee. So knee is this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So you need to be down on your knees. So the people say avrech. So in grammatically, avrech it means I. This is the first person. I will knee. Avrech. ונתן אותו על כל ארץ מצרים. So Pharaoh appointed Joseph on all the land of Egypt. ויאמר פרעה אל יוסף, אני פרעה, ובלעדיך לא ירים איש את ידו ואת רגלו בכל ארץ מצרים. So we see in a lot of times here it's emphasizing that Pharaoh is the first, but Yosef is the second. So Pharaoh says to Joseph, I am Paro, and except of you, no one could ירים ידו ואת רגלו בכל ארץ מצרים. to put on his arm. I guess this is the. If person wants to speak something and make a decision about something, this is the meaning. Vet raglo, and put his foot. To put the foot, it means that you own the land. So no one decides except you, and no one owns the land except you. ויקרא פרעה שם יוסף צופנת פניה. I guess we will read until the first. And Pharaoh changed the name of Yosef to Tzofnat Paner. I guess it's something in.
He says who knows hidden things.
No.
It says in brackets. It's translating.
Tzofnat, you can look at it like to Hebrew, because Tzadi, Pei Nun is the root, and Tav is something was added, so Tzafun. On Pesach we also have Tzafun. Tzafun Berach. So Tzafun is when you hide this matzah and you eat it. Mitzpon, Tzafun. Tzafun sounds Hebrew, yes. But Paner, and I'm not sure what means Paner. Maybe Rashi explains. Tzofnat Paner, Mefaresh. Yes, Tzafner, Rashi says Mefaresh. To explain, Tzafon is something which is hidden. Oh, Tzafon, you know Tzafon? Tzafon, we was talking about Mizrach. So Mizrach is east, Ma'arav is west, so Tzafon is north, and Darom is
South.
Yes. So north is something hidden, because
the sun never goes to north.
Yes, because no one was living in the north initially. Because when Romans went to north, they found these Gauls, barbarians. So for them it was something not civilized persons, some wild place. I think it's about. You know where Abraham was?
Well, he traveled a lot. In which episode of his life do you mean? Where he was?
One moment. Oh, I found it. It's called the Fertile Crescent. You know this, when you go from the land of Israel to east, you have this like island, but not exactly the island, half island. So it's called Fertile Crescent. I just heard it in one lecture. So this place was very good because it had the rivers. It had 4 rivers. River Efrat, you know Efrat? And people, when you read the story from Bereshit, people started to live there, in this place, because it was good for. Let's check. Okay. I think this is here, where the Iraq now. Yes.
Okay, but difficult to call it an island or half.
No, maybe I was wrong about the island. No, I was meaning this island. I was meaning this, but it's not here. It's here.
Okay.
I guess.